want that. Oops. Welcome to Motor City Aquatics. How is everyone doing this incredible afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you're at? Oh, I forgot the football game. Wait a minute. 7:30. Oh, yeah, the one football game's on, too. Hold on, my internet security is scanning quickly. 36%. All right, I'm gonna get it off of here. I'm gonna let it finish someplace else. All right. Well, today I wanted to do a video on cutting open the RODI filters on your RODI unit. My RODI unit only has 3 filters on it. Some have 4. I'm sure some have more, but mine have 3. Mine has 3. It used to be. Oh, well, that's no good. Oh, it fell off. It used to be. I used to have a different one for the second. The first one is. Hold on a sec. My saw fell apart. I'm yanking stuff out of the way. I used to have what do I have in here now? I had a carbon block, something else, and then the last one is an RO membrane filter. And after a while, I changed that. Well, the reason it was changed was because he didn't have any more. Am I missing something else? He didn't have any more of the certain kind, so I put 2 carbon blocks on there. Oh, there it is. I got it. So, push cut or pull cut. So I have 2 carbon blocks in the RO membrane. Well, they say the RO membrane doesn't need changed unless you check your TDS and it's wrong. You know, it's high or something. I did not check mine, but it is approximate. I mean, it's 4 years old easily. So I just figure with the age of it, it's time to change it. And also a lot of the numbers that they get or the directions on how to do this or how to do that, the way it's explained to me was if it's used like all the time, because they say the worst thing for the RODI units is to shut it off, turn it on, you use it for a couple hours and you shut it off and use it, 3 weeks later, they turn, stuff like that. So that kind of clogs up the filters faster than if you're using them, constantly to fill up large amounts, big tanks or something. So, yeah, it's these filters. So this is a carbon block filter. Mine are twist-ins. I just put the caps back on them so they didn't leak water. I shook as much out as I could yesterday. Into the sink over there, but it's a half a gallon per minute. It says flow rate's half gallon per minute. And these are by Aquatic Life. That's who made the RODI unit. And the other thing is this one, these are what, $15, I think, $14.99 a piece. And okay, there it is. Telling me that's good. I don't care. So those are $14.99 a piece. This one here is $70, $69. And this is the RO membrane. And this is 100 gallons per day. I don't know. I'll change the lighting in here, but I couldn't think of anything to do to do this, to cut these open. But that bottom one's 100 gallons per day. But yeah, it's a membrane. And they say the only time you need to change this is when your TDS meter goes up. Like mine would come out one TDS out of my RO. But I have not checked it. I didn't check it. I just figured I'd change it since it was so old. And plus, I had a large credit at the store. I figured, change it now. Why not? So what I'm going to do is, I don't know which one was first on those carbons, but I'll cut those open. I've never cut one of these open, so I'll cut one open and see what happens. I've seen them cut open before, but I don't know if it just slides out. So if it slides out, cool, then we'll do all three. I had a cutter for it, but it's too small. It's to cut PVC, but it doesn't go this big. These have to be like 2.5 inch tubes. But yeah, these are just the twisting ones. You don't drop these in a container or anything like that. You just twist them in. And the other one I had, it was the carbon was second. So I had I don't know what it was, a pre-filter or something first. I should have went back to it this time, but the carbon works really well. But you could see through it a little bit. So you could see when it was starting to get like a yellowy condition to it, so you'd know when to change it. But the store that I get these from, they're sold so fast that, sometimes he doesn't have what I need. So that's why I switched over. Fish Fam Link, what's going on? Fish Tropic, he hopped in early. Glad to see it. Well, let's try cutting this open and see what happens. So this one is, oh God, how old is this? Probably, I don't know, maybe a year. Well, one of it, I think they're both. I think I changed them both, so they both should be the same age. I couldn't think of anything else. I mean, if I was out in the garage, I could have pre-cut them in the garage, but that might have took away the sitting here watching me struggle with it. So I thought that'd be funny to, watch me get all upset trying to cut this thing. But I don't believe it's that thick, so it shouldn't take too long. So just give me a second and we'll have this done. But if it's too much, I'm not cutting both of them open. I'll just cut this one and cut the other, cut the membrane one. It's just the blade's old. I've already cut through it. I'm into it, but I want to cut around the top. I know somebody's going, he's a dumbass for doing it that way. As my wife laughs. I would cut it on the table, but the camera's on the table, so I can't. So I'm trying to balance it on a bucket. I mean, I'm doing this all ass backwards, so. But it's for everyone's entertainment, so. There we go. So now whatever I'm hitting, it's black, but whatever I'm hitting, it's not like I can go through it as easy as I can the plastic. So I have just this last little bit left, about 1.5 inches. It's cut all the way around. So let's see if we can cut that. I hope this doesn't have like some special or layers and layers in here. Hope this thing just comes apart. Oh, I think I may have it. I got a couple little pieces holding on, but yeah, it's going to pull it right out. All right, here we go. And it's, to my surprise, it is not interesting. But maybe it is. I don't know. Let's see if I can hold this up. So here's the, there we go. Put my head in front of that thing. Here's the filter. Let me see. All right, the top comes off. Can't really get it apart anymore from that, but it's just black and slimy. That didn't sound good either. With this being carbon, it feels like, like, oh, it is just carbon. So it looks like all that happens is, you guys can see, this is just a tube of carbon. Huh. And they must just run, just the water must just run right out of it or through it. That's probably that's what it is. Oh yeah. So from both ends, you can see through it now, but this is just, if you were to press your carbon out of your filters, that's all that is. And it pressurizes water through it. And it gets all the gunk out of it. So yeah, this is just, and the edges broke off. So, yeah, that's just a solid piece of pressed carbon, like for your filter. And it's, it's got like algae on the outside of it, built up a little bit. But other than that, that's what's in your RODI filter. One of them, the carbon. So let me hold on. Let me grab a rag real quick. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we all see, read up on what carbon does and stuff, but I just rinse it off. That thing's pretty compact, and getting water through there, yeah, you would need quite a bit of pressure to squeeze it through that. I would suspect that it goes from the outside into the fact that it had more algae on the outside, or buildup, I should say, than on the inside. So maybe it goes from the outside, pressured in, and then it comes out the top, or through another hole, and that's what goes to the next RO tube. So, all right, let's cut open that membrane one and see what it's all about inside of that. Since now we know, I mean, cutting open the other, the other carbon one, all it's going to do is give us the same outcome. But the tops and the bottoms aren't anything. I mean, so the top was this, it had a rubber ring on it. As you see, the carbon broke off. But that rubber ring just goes up inside of this, and it locks it. It makes it a seal. So that lets us know that this stuff is, a two-piece product that they press together and then melt together. So kind of lets you know how they build it. All right, so this one now is a membrane. So this should have some type of filter in it, I would think. So, all right, let's try this one with our trusty hacksaw. It's the hacksaw is good, but the blade's just real old. The teeth are like really dull, but that's okay. We got through one, we'll get through another. This one seems like it's easier. Now, this filter's been running for 4 years. So this was the biggest one that, well, I don't know what's in any of them, but I'm really curious to see how much this, how much stuff gets to this one, what gets past all the other filters after all these years, and then ends up in this filter. So who knows? I might have spent $70 on a filter that didn't need changed, but curiosity killed the cat. So let's see. All right. Let's see. It's got to be it. We just got little pieces now, just a clip. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Got a plastic residue all over my hand from sawing it. Just got some little pieces. Tropic, what's up? Working on his railroad. I wish. Nope, just cutting these filters open. This is the last one on my 3. This is the RO membrane filter on my RODI. So watch, it's gonna be like the same stuff inside. I'm just cutting the last little bits. It's cut all the way around. So up there it is, just popped apart. Hold on. All right. So again, we know it's 2-piece, but something different. All right. All right, this one's blue. Just some discolored water like the other one. But yeah, so this is 4 years old. And again, these two go together, creating a seal. But something tells me this one's going to be sealed a little better or a little different. So let me see if I can get the bottom off. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here's the bottom. It's rolled up like a paper, a filter. Sorry about that camera. I can't control it when I'm in the. There it is. So I don't know. Is that probably 40, maybe 40 layers? Okay. So the bottom comes off. Let's see how else we can take this apart. Sure, the top will come off. Get our trusty pliers out. Put the cutters on it. Oh, here, let's do this. Put some adjustables on it first. Yeah, this one felt way heavier than the new one I just put on yesterday. Okay, there's a tape. Okay, there's a tape around here. It's crinkling when I twist it. So I did bring a trusty Milwaukee razor knife. So we'll cut around the top. Be careful, kids at home. Don't cut yourself. Make sure you get permission from your parents. All right, so there we go. It just cracked loose. Let's pull it off. Okay, nothing in it. Keep it gangsta, y'all. Keep it gangsta. So something tells me that the blue on the outside is just the casing to hold it. So let me see if it feels like a paper, or not a paper, but a plastic, kind of like a plastic that you put on the back of your fish tank, you know. And actually, it's peeling off. So let me cut the white stuff, the tape. Yeah, it's actually peeling off. You know, like it has a sticky edge that holds this together. It's kind of thin. It's thicker than I don't know. I'm just gonna take this whole thing apart. Keep it gangsta, y'all. Keep it gangsta. Let me see. Okay, there was a little bit it was tearing. It wants to tear instead of come off all as one. So, you know. There it is. Wow, that's not much. All right, a little dissecting of the filtration. So, $70, man. I mean, whew. I should have let Luke take this apart. He probably would have enjoyed it. Alrighty. All right, there it is. So let me see if I can get it off totally so we can look at it better, you know, and really inspect it. All right, so we'll do this. Make it easy. You must go away. Go away. This is some fibrous stuff. There we go. All right. So here it is. It's some heavy duty filtration. It has a paper like substance. See if I can peel it back for you. It has this is like a micro filtration, a micron. Man, there's so many layers. Holy crap. No wonder it costs so much. Or who knows, maybe it doesn't do anything at all. But it's all glued together on the bottom. But this top looks to be up, and then we got another layer. It's back here. And then another layer. So yes. So your first layer is a mesh. I don't know if you guys, yep. Then the next layer these are like packages, you know, layers of them just rolled together. But that's paper. Okay. Yeah, that's paper. Well, I'm sure there's more to it than just paper. I'm sure it filters somehow. And then the next layer in between the layer of paper and the other paper is more of the mesh, the micron mesh. see if I can tear this and get to it. There we go. Hopefully. Give me 2 seconds. Here we go. Separate it here. So it's all the same. It just repeats itself over and over. So then here's the next layer. And that's a see, you can more or less see through that. And then paper. And then it starts all over again. The mesh. And then it's the paper with the micron inside of it. Then here again, the mesh. It just goes and goes and goes. And it's all rolled up in this one. But the thing is this thing's so old. And that's what I was saying yesterday when I bought it. Maybe I don't even need to buy it. Like I said, I didn't check my TDS to see if the TDS had risen, but I mean, this thing's clean as can be. I mean, it's just, I don't know if anything's even making it to this filter, but they say that this is what makes your TDS really low. This is the final filtration that makes your TDS, down to nothing. So, I mean, it does have a tint to it, a slight tint. It's not pure white like it is. I don't know if you guys can notice it. Probably not because the lighting's really bad. But like here, it's really white. And here, it's kind of dingy, but it's white. I mean, it looks clean. Doesn't look to be dirty like it's had a bunch of algae. There's like no algae or anything in this. So, the bottom's a little tannish, but that's it. I mean, wow, I thought it was going to be more exciting. It's pretty darn boring. But hey, now we know what's in it. Give me 2 seconds. Alrighty. Well, that was the extreme excitement. Like I said, hold on, let me do this camera. You know what? I might not even do anything too hell of it with it. We might just set it up here and call it a day and leave it there. I have it in this holder, this Jabeo or whatever. Not Jabeo. It's I don't know. It's an expensive holder. I bought it a while back for my GoPro that I never used. I got rid of. All right. Well, there we go. So we'll shut that off. Turn that on. Turn that on. And there we go. So that was the excitement. Yeah, I thought it was going to be way cooler than that. I mean, it was cool, but it could have been cooler. And the camera's like all dirty. Keep it gangsta, yo. Hold on.
You need the light on?
No.
Okay.
So, all right. So, well, that's it. We now know. Yeah, I don't like the camera up there. We now know what the inside of those filters look like. Watch my camera bust. Pow! Oh wow, I screwed it into that. I didn't want to screw it into that. 2 seconds, everyone. I screwed it into the wrong thing. Oh, I'm gonna get sick. Sorry about all that. That sucked. Yeah, it's a Jobby. This from Best Buy. It's like $82 or something. I don't even use it. That's why I was like, oh, I'll put it on the Jobby. I think I used it twice. But this can be mounted up like this, or it can be mounted sideways. So you can hold the phone either way. Works really good. It's super strong. You bend the legs to hold on to something. They don't move. They're really it's really tight. And then it's got a little leveling hookup right there. Little level. But yep, so that's it. So that be's it. That's what's in a filter. So I hope it wasn't too boring. I found it interesting. I thought it was going to be way more, but it's not. But at least people know now, you know, how bad do I have to change, you know, the filter. Now you know that the carbon, here it is, that the carbon one is just a, you know, it's carbon. Just a solid, you know, it's a pressed tube of carbon that the water gets pushed through violently to clean it out. And that thing's, like I said, it's about a year old and it's not discolored. I mean, I rinsed it off, but doesn't even have a smell of algae or nothing on it. So I don't know. I guess the only thing I could say is test your TDS, and I would probably just change the first one, which is a pre-filter. It should be just a pre-filter. So I don't think you need those carbon ones. Look like they'll last a long, long time. And then the last one, of course, lasts a super long time. Tropic. Oh, the shrimp are good. Actually, they're really, really good. I sold some yesterday. Sold about 20 of them. Well, the Blue Dreams, because my Blue Dreams are just really high end. You know, they don't produce. I just have a really good line of them. I always did, and I sold them all off. But one of the guys I sold them to, I told him I didn't have any more, and he said, "Well, I'll send you some more." So he sent them to me, and now they're going crazy. This tank up here actually gutted because it had the heck is the name of them? The little seed shrimpy things in there. I can't think of it. Anyways, when I was breeding, when I used this tank to breed the CPDs, and when I pulled the cups out to get the eggs out, it was full of the copepods. That's it. So it was so hard to separate the copepods and the eggs. So I decided to strip the tank down, take all the sand out of it. I did put the plants in water and put peroxide in them to kill anything that was in the water. It won't kill snails, but it kills, any of those little creatures. But here you can see the tank. It's empty. Well, it's just got plants in it, but it's all, I didn't scrub it or nothing. I just took the sand out and left about 2 inches of water in there, dumped a bunch of peroxide to make sure everything was dead, and then I just threw the plants back in there. The plants sat in stuff all night, so it's just packed with booze and all sorts of just plants. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back together and just put the CPDs in there and let them breed on just a plain bottom. I'm not going to put any substrate on it. And then what I'll do is the pleco one, I'll do the same thing. I'll pull the fish out of there, and I'll pull the plecos and everything and put them over here. That has like maybe a cup full of sand in it, but there are like maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 copepods in there, which, if there's too much food, there's no plants in there. Well, just the stuff that's in the breeding cups. So if I get all that out, if I strip both tanks down, then I'll get rid of them out of the other one too. So Yeah, the copepods, I thought they were really good. I thought they'd be good, thinking that the CPDs would eat them, but if they do, it's I don't know. I always worry that, and how I do it is I look at their stomach. So if I don't feed them for a couple days, if they're feeding off of whatever's in the tank, their stomachs will be big still, or to a size of not looking hungry. And you could tell like if the egg laying slows up, but if if the females aren't really fat, then yeah. So I end up, feeding the baby brine shrimp. They really like that. I do flake food. I do a whole bunch of different stuff, but with those copepods in there, it was unsightly too. After a while, it was just like, God, nothing's eating them. And they're just everywhere. I mean, there's probably, I don't even know, 1,000 easy. So I couldn't do it no more. I got rid of them all. I was like, forget it. So I did that today, stripped that one down, and now I put it all back together. Everything's really good. Plants are liking it. The filter's kicking it. Oh, I got I got some more filter pads today or yesterday. I got some more because this is the filter that I have the title, and it comes with 2 filter pads in there. And then I got the fine mechanical, the polishing pad. This is what you can get. The biological, chemical, and mechanical. But he just got these in the store, and I usually put my own stuff in them, which is fine. It works really well. What works really well is the pillow stuffing stuff. That works really well. I actually cleaned that filter out today, and I put that stuffing in there, and it was like charcoal black. It was amazing how dirty it was and what it's pulling out of the filtration. So that both of them now have 3 of the blue ones, 3 of these foam pads in it, and then it has the other one on top. So before I only had 1 blue pad, and then I was just throwing a bunch. Because it only comes with 1, so I was putting my own stuff in there, and it works. But you need more than I like having more. Like with the big 110s, I would double up both of my pads in there. Those big bricks, I put 2 in there, and my tanks were crystal clear. So, and then add anything else that you want. But with these, they're pretty good filters. I mean, they'll clear your tank up in a couple hours after you do a clean, after you stir it up. So I don't think any fish eat them. No, they do. You just need bigger fish, that forage on that type of stuff. They will be eaten. But and then I put them in the saltwater tank, and the fish would go after them, but they were just like, I don't know if they were just too big, and they'd rather have the saltwater copepods instead. But they're picky. So I'm just looking in the tank next to me. This little 5-gallon right here has saltwater copepods on it. And I have a jug up there bubbling with copepods in it too that I breed. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anyone, if they eat them or not or what, but I just can't stand to look at them anymore. So I got rid of them. Yeah, they're pretty nasty. So, but yep. Let me see what else. I think that was it. Oh no, it sold sold plecos yesterday, sold CPDs yesterday, sold blue dreams yesterday. And I gave them a bunch of ram's horn snails. I don't know, probably about 25 ram's horn snails. But yep, he needed to fill up. I don't like to, take my plecos to the store too much. I like to have long gaps, a couple months in between. It gives me time to grow them up, but I don't want to flood the market. It's he sells them for whatever. I mean, there's this, when they sell the longfin super red bristle nose go for like $30 to $32. I charge him just a hair less than half because he buys, large quantity off of me at a time. So, but so yeah, it was a good sale day. I got a big, huge bucket of salt yesterday. I got those filter pads. We got treats for the dogs. It's got a bunch of stuff. But I still have almost $200 worth of credit there. I couldn't believe it. Everything we put up on the counter only came to like $100 and some bucks. Well, it came to $100, but then I grabbed that green filter, put that new filter on there, and that was $70. So it's like I got $130 left. Yeah. But I didn't want it in cash. I need stuff. That's why I always try to tell everyone, have your hobby pay for your hobby, breed stuff and then take it to the store and sell it to them and buy all the stuff that you need. It's easy that way, and don't take, a third of what it's worth, because if they pay, if they pay $5 for something, they're going to sell it for $15. So if you sell them something, let's say like Blue Dream sell for $10, if they want to give you $3 a piece, but then they want to charge you full price for their stuff in a fair swap, it's not fair. It should be, 1 for 1 or even 2 for 1, 2 of yours for 1 of theirs. It should be what the prices go for, what they're bought at, not what they're sold at in the store. Cause I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, we're still at like a 1 for 1 or a 2 for 3 price, but stores just want to, they want to get everything dirt cheap, which, there's no argument here, because they want to make a ton of money off of what you spend, hours, producing and breeding stuff. Yeah, it may be easy in some part, some sense, but, you have to feed them. You have to do water changes. You have to provide light, a habitat for them to live in. And I have electricity that I'm using, water bill, buying filter pads, all this. So, when I go to the store and I trade my stuff in, look, whatever I spend a month, I want that back plus some, so I don't spend $300 a month in electricity for these or feeding them or anything. The plecos, I mean, I buy 3 for $2, the cans of French cut green beans for the plecos, and then the shrimp eat it. So I don't have to spot feed those. They eat the same thing the plecos eat. And then the CPDs eat all the little bugs that are in the fish tank that are over there. So all I do is feed one animal. I feed the plecos and that's it. And everyone else feeds out of the tank. So that tank down there is a great ecosystem all by itself. But then again, it's getting it to a point to where it's like that. Well, not old system, but it's been up to, I'd say they've been here a year, but they're just in a position now that, over there, plecos, there are no little, none of the fish. I don't breed fish in that tank. So all the little microscopic bugs anything that grows up over there, it's not being eaten. So they multiply, and they're so tiny. It's just what these fish need to eat, in any tank. So when I put them over there, I don't have to fill that, or I don't have to squirt a bunch of baby brine in there, due to the fact that the tank's packed full of little microbial living things as it is, and they're just eating off of that. And how I know is the females are so fat. So that's what eggs, but they won't egg up. They won't fill themselves up if there's no food. So that's how you tell with CPD. I'm sure with many of the fish, if they're laying the eggs. I've had them in there, I don't know, a few days, and they're already laying in the cups over there. So I'm going to let this one, I got all this stuff, I know it doesn't have a ton of bacteria in it, but I'm just going to let it run for a bit. All this, the mechanical stuff I put in there, all I did was rinse it off over in the sink, and I put it in here. I rinsed it off with kind of hotter water in case something was living in it. So I'm sure I didn't kill all the bacteria, but so those are in there. I'll probably let this thing run a week, and then I'll start putting the CPDs back in it. And then bring the breeding cups back over here, and then I'll have a tank with no more copepods in it and no more substrate. I don't have to worry about any of that. I'm just going to run it bare bottom with a lot of plants so they feel safe, and that's it. I'll run both tanks with bare bottom so it's easier to clean up, the food and all that. Jay's Beto Room, what's happening? How's it going? Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, so excuse me. But I'm trying to upload videos on my shrimp and showing the different cycle of shrimp. The phone's got great cameras, but when it goes to minute things, it doesn't work too well. But to show the smallest of the smallest, like a shrimp that was born today, and then one that was born maybe a week or two ago, and that, because I pan around and I try to get the different sizes so you could see a shrimp tank that is producing and is growing with little to no work. Like I filled them all up. They were really low day before yesterday, and I just filled them all up with pure RO. The TDS is really high on all of them, so I just keep filling them up, and they go crazy when I do that. I feed them. I can't remember last time I remineralized the water, that I actually did a water change, that I took water out and put new water in. I just keep topping them off. It's kind of like a saltwater tank, I mean, everything in there is living to a degree more than a freshwater tank, but still, I mean, you don't want to put saltwater top off a saltwater tank with salt water. You want to use the RO water. So, yeah, that's all I do. That's all I do, and they breed and they do really good. And it's like the big one up here that's packed full of blue dreams. I don't do anything to that either. I just do water changes. I don't vacuum the bottom. I mean, there's very little substrate in there anymore. I mean, seriously, like maybe a cup and a half. I just haven't siphoned it all out yet. But it's I mean, I don't do anything. I just change the water. Give them fresh water, and the stuff breaks down over time. It kind of takes care of itself. And they have filters blowing it around and this, that, and the other. And I have 2 sponge filters that violently give bubbles over there. So that helps stir this end of the tank down, and the filters over here. It does really good. So, yes, it does very good. I really need to find out if my notifications are going out. Matt C, do you freeze the green beans once the can is open to save? No. I don't have just one pleco. I could see how you'd want to do that. But down there, I probably have, I don't know, 60 plecos and a 60 breeder. I don't grow them up to adults. The only adults that are in there are the parents. They get, like, the biggest one right now might be 2 inches. There might be, I think there's 3 of them in there that are like 2 inches. The rest are, an inch and smaller. But with those long wispy tails, that's what makes them that size. But no, and with so many plecos, the babies, when they're born, I try to get, once they eat all the egg sac on their stomach, they feed off of that. I noticed when I would take the parents away, they wouldn't last. I would put them in another tank and they wouldn't last. They were hatched and everything, and they would just die. If I get 30 of them, I get 3 or 4 that lived. And my question was, with other plecos, I didn't have that issue. I used to take and rinse them out, put them in another container, and it was fine. But with these super reds, the long fins, there was something with it. So I just thought, well, maybe they need their parents, I don't know, like other animals do, to be shown, how to survive, what to eat. So I just leave the parents in there now, and they literally have batch after batch after batch. But even when they come out, the minute they come out of the cave, they have to start eating. And there's probably 15 pieces of wood in there. There's algae on the glass. It's not like you can't see it, but it's on the glass. And then I feed large leaves of lettuce. I don't know what lettuce it is, but they're larger, longer leaves. If you look at my last few videos, that's in there. And then the green beans, but I pull out, a third of the can every time I feed. I drop it in there and it's just covered. So I feed a whole can in probably, I don't know, a week, less than a week. Because I feed an amount that it takes them at least probably 2.5 days for it to be gone. Totally. Not one little piece of skin or anything in there anymore. So yeah, no, I don't need to freeze. But if you only have one, yeah, I'd probably do that. A can of green beans that go a long, long way. But the only bad thing is if you freeze them, they probably become mushy. Because I know if you leave them in the refrigerator and even if they stay cold after about a week, they start to lose the firmness on them. They still eat them. There's nothing wrong with them, but I don't know if freezing them would make that worse. But what I'd probably do if I had to freeze it, I'd freeze them in an ice cube tray. I'd just get an ice cube tray and put it all over the top and then roll something over the top so it cut it off and put them into little trays and then, freeze it and then just crack one open and then just drop it in there and let it thaw out and let the green beans fall. That's probably how I do it if I froze them. Oh, yeah, look at it. Fish Tropic said the same thing. Look at that. Nice. Do I have any breeding pair? No. I sell them too fast to get them big like that. I need to grow some up to get another male just in case. I need to get them and put them in another tank or something, in the CPD tank or something in case something happened to this one. But when I bought these, at first I bought 6 of them because they were on sale. So we bought 6 of them knowing that we were going to breed them. You're talking 2.5 years before they're, big enough. So when the first male started to get the female, well, we lost 2 of them. I don't know if they got eaten by larger fish or what, but I put them in a smaller tank. Anywho, when they finally started to breed, the first male, it was, I don't know what the deal was. Everything was good. I think I got 2 batches, one or 2 batches. And then I came down here turned the light on, and he was upside down, dead. Like something killed him. I mean, he was fine 1 minute, dead the next. So then the next male just all of a sudden just started to grow his bristles like super fast. And then he became head bristle man. So I try to get all the plecos out of there before they get too big, because I don't want them to, cause any issues with the male that I have. But yeah, I have males and females. I have everything. Yeah, males and females. Yeah. But yeah, breeding pairs. I don't have any right now. No, I don't separate them. Like I said, they go too fast, and I sell them for $20 a piece. I mean, that's like $10 to $12 less than what they go for in the store, because I know they're super expensive. And of course you have to pay for shipping. So, I mean, if the shipping makes it even and you're not paying shipping at full price, then, you're making out. So, I mean, if you bought, however many, and it only costs $15 for shipping, and you're, let's say, saving, $50, $60 just in a purchase, that's worth it, I think, 100%. But yeah, but the ice trays is a good idea. But yeah, we're almost done here. 3 minutes. I want 1 male, 2 females. How much to Toronto? I have an issue with that. I've mailed to Canada and the stuff was so late. I don't do it. I don't have any other way to mail there except basic, mail. And I don't want to put them in the mail and have them die, because it took so long to get through customs or whatever, So, like I told you before, they croaked. Yeah. They just, I mean, you're talking a month, we tried it, I tried it with a guppy. I put, or was it a pair of guppies or something? Yeah, I just put a pair of guppies in a package and I sent it just to see if it would get shipped in time, because I wanted to start doing a lot of business there, but without having a business license to go through through all that. Yeah, I just said, forget it. I mean, I've sent packages. I'll send packages, but even that took, guys, I sent an air pump. I think it took a month, maybe 5 weeks to go to British Columbia. But yeah, I just don't want to kill them. But you come across that bridge and you'll get them. I'll meet you over here. Remember, he was talking that one time with what's his face, the guy who breeds the clownfish. I haven't seen him around a lot lately. Said you guys are going to come over and get some shrimps and stuff. But all right, well, it looks like it's that time. I'm going to start making sure we're just doing a 9 to 10 here and wrap it up. Let everybody get back to what they're doing. And if anyone else is somebody's streaming, I'm not up to Wi-Fi. I don't understand why I buffered. Oh, this says available. Is that why? It is. I'm plugged into but I'm plugged into it. It should be secured at all times. But all right, everyone. Thank you so much for showing up. I hope I earned your subscription today. And please share this out if you can. We're almost to 960 subscribers. I think we got 960. I don't know what it is. Yeah, maybe it is 960. Hold on. I'll tell you. Yeah, 960. So we're almost to 1,000. Need 41 more subscribers. So maybe if we could share this out, leave some comments and stuff, start getting boosted back up. Like I said, I understand things are going slow because, things went slow for me in the summer. I can't expect it all to, go crazy overnight. But I'd appreciate the foot traffic if you could send it here. So until next Saturday, thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you guys again with something else new that we can do to interest all the subscribers. All right, everyone. Thank you very much and see you next week. Peace.